An American engineer has invented a self-mending plastic to use for components that vibrate and weaken. When the plastic tears, tiny capsules inside also tear, releasing a liquid, like blood from a cut. Then a catalyzing agent also in the plastic seals the tear like a scar. There was a time when if you wanted to build something out of wood, you had to pick up an axe and go chop down a tree. Thankfully for city dwellers, all it takes today is a trip to your local home improvement center to buy 2x4s, 2x10s, you name it. They start with logs cut from spruce or fir trees. Turning them into construction wood isn't that complicated. First, they soak the logs for about 20 minutes. This removes the mud and softens the bark to make it easier to remove. Next, the logs go through the debarker, a machine with a rotor that shaves off the bark. The rotor has 6 sharp blades that take just 10 seconds to shave a log bare. In the filing room, they regularly sharpen and inspect the saw blades they'll use to cut the shaved logs, straightening them back into shape when necessary. In this sawmill, there are 2 production lines. The wider logs go through this saw. The worker at the controls uses a laser to help him position and reposition each log, as he runs it through the saw several times to cut it into as many 4x10-inch pieces as possible. An average log usually yields about 7 or 8 pieces. The narrower logs go through a different saw. This saw first cuts a board off each side, then sends what's left off the log onto another saw. The 4x10s on the first production line go for a second cut, called the resaw. They're cut in half into 2x10s. The logs on the second production line end up here in what's called the canter bowl machine. It has 8 adjustable circular saws that can cut the log into various sizes of wood, anywhere from 2x3s to 2x8s, depending on the log's diameter. Both production lines feed to machines that smooth the edges and trim off any defects that can affect the strength or resistance of the wood. Then, an automated sorter drops the wood into bins according to their size. Each bin then feeds the stacking machine. From here, they'll put the wood into a kiln to be dried to about 15% humidity. Then they'll grade the pieces and ship them to a lumber yard or home improvement store.